and welcome. My name is Deva Madhava Das, and today I'll be sharing with you a little bit about the practice of meditation with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. A mantra is a Sanskrit word described in the Veda, and the Veda are a canon of philosophical texts which talk about the science of harmonizing the body, the mind, and the spirit. In the Veda, the mind is described as the seat of all consciousness, and it's also described as either the true self's best friend or worst enemy. We've probably all experienced the fruit of an uncontrolled mind, which is described as the enemy of the real self. An uncontrolled mind is constantly either pulling us back into the past or pushing us into the future, but either way taking us out of the present, where we actually have some influence and can have a say in what really matters to us. In the past, we're thinking about what could have been and should have been, and in the future we're thinking about what ought to be or needs to be or might be, and there's always a sense of fear involved either way. So the Veda recommends that the mind should become under control of the true self, and the ideal way to do that is using sound vibration or mantra, because sound is described as the most influential energy on consciousness. So this Hare Krishna mantra is described as the maha-mantra, or the great mantra, simply because it's able to be utilized anywhere we are. It's not something that requires a certain setting or any other rules to be followed to receive the benefit of focusing our mind on the vibration. So now I'd like to share with you a little bit about the particulars of chanting the Mahamantra so that you could also implement this practice into your own life. Though you may have never done mantra meditation, I promise that the idea of using sound vibration to put your mind in a certain mood is something that you're already doing. Just think about a Friday night out on the town with your best friends. The whole evening has a certain soundtrack, and it's probably radically different from the soundtrack of a Wednesday evening at home with your family, or a nice romantic evening with a partner. In every case, the soundtrack is different, but in every case, the vibration sets a certain space for your mind. And so this is the science of Vedic mantra, is to set our mind into the space of the present. So when you begin chanting the Mahamantra, which consists of 3 sounds, Hare, Krishna, and Rama, the sequence goes as follows: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it's a very simple mantra, and the only recommendation is to simply keep the mind focused on the sound vibration. But this is easier said than done, and if you're like most folks, then when you first begin your practice, you'll find your mind to be something like a child that just found out it's bedtime. Because the mind, although in its place of comfort and us comfortable with it, sometimes pulling us back and forth between future, past, and present, when the mantra comes in, then you'll find that it brings up so many ideas about bills we have to pay, and phone calls we have to make, and presentations we have to prepare for, and so many other things aside from focusing on the sound vibration. So this is the true practice of mantra meditation, is to bring your focus back to that sound vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, despite whatever the mind may bring up during your practice. Now, it's recommended to chant early in the morning if possible, because that's the time when our minds haven't had so much time to become overly active yet, nor have the minds of other people had time to come and tell us what they think. Another helpful thing to do is to put our cell phones on airplane mode while we're meditating, and something that I recommend is to also set an alarm for 7 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you would like to practice, That way you don't have to look at the clock, and you can simply absorb yourself in hearing the sound vibration. And when the alarm goes off, that's when you'll know that your meditation session has come to a close. Another helpful thing to do is to get yourself a japa mala, or a meditation necklace, which has beads. A traditional japa mala will have 108 beads, and on each one you say one whole mantra: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and then pass to the next bead. It's also encouraged to hold the beads with your thumb and your middle finger, which creates a mudra, or an energy cycle in the body that deepens our ability to focus and bring attention to the sound vibration. Another helpful aspect of the beads is that it helps us keep track of how often we're meditating with the mantra, just like an athlete who keeps track of their practice and training. So it's good for meditators to be consistent in how much they're chanting and how often they're chanting, to be able to gauge how much benefit is coming from the practice. I hope some of these simple tips have helped, and that you'll find them useful in applying this Mahamantra meditation practice into your own life. Hare Krishna.